Hello, welcome to a brief video intended to help you become familiar with the NetLogo simulation used in the Oysters unit. You may have noticed in the teacher's guide, there's actually a built-in activity to help students become familiar with the same model. And we would encourage you to use that activity with students because it's also intended to help them think about the types of things that they could actually modify when they investigate using this model. You may have seen other NetLogo models before in other units. This one works similarly to the rest. You make it show up by hitting setup, and we see a couple things here. There's graphs on the side that are labeled left container and right container. And then in the field here, we see the actual left container and right container, and there are controls for each. The reason why there's two containers is to allow for direct head-to-head comparisons. So you can actually change the starting concentrations of your carbon dioxide and carbonic acid, and then run the experiments against each other. There's nothing different about the chemistry between them. So let's set up an experiment. We'll leave the left container as is. And on the right container, let's simulate a situation where we think maybe the carbon dioxide got in and it all reacted with water to turn to carbonic acid. So this is pure carbonic acid and water on the right, and we have mostly carbon dioxide on the left. I'll hit setup again and then run the experiment by hitting go. You can also pause it. And a couple things we can do while the experiment runs are speed it up. This is helpful if you want to see how the system evolves over time. We can also slow it way down, which helps us see what's happening with individual particles. Now, it's a little bit tricky in this view to see reactions occur, although it is kind of nice to be able to see that we have water molecules floating around, and then we have carbon dioxide molecules floating around here. We can also change it to a circle view. The colors of the circles match the colors in the graphs on the left. And where this is really nice is if we actually see the color change for a particle, that means a reaction just took place there. We'll take this back up to normal speed, and I'll show you a couple other things. Students can track pH using the pH meters, as well as tracking the concentrations of different substances using the graphs on the left. Now, one thing that's a little bit tricky is pH is just a number, right? We can also turn BTB on, so we see bromothymol blue in solution. These colors are a little bit exaggerated from the real world, but they'll help students get an idea of approximately how acidic the solution is. This also includes a nice visual pH meter when you turn bromothymol blue on. The final thing we can alter is we can turn dissociation off and on. And the reason why we set it by default for dissociation to be off is we figured if it was just water and carbonic acid and carbon dioxide in there, that's something that would be easier for students to see without getting overwhelmed. And if they wanted a more realistic view, they could turn and leave dissociation on so they could see all the processes moving forward. Hope this was helpful and that this will be a useful simulation to you and your students. Good luck.